What is up, guys? Jake from One Hive here with the next cleanup attack video. And as you see, Noah is the man of the hour on the first attack. And checking out the base, pretty good plan. Actually, the plan that gets the 3 stars just a little bit adjusted, but for a first hit, pretty solid plan by Noah. As you can see, a fully maxed out Town Hall 9 has the really exposed clan castle, and the king and queen are down here bunched up right next to an air defense. So what he wants to do on this is just drop drop an archer down here. A few of them actually, just lure these CC troops out, use the poison, take them out, no problem. From there, he actually has a golem in the CC, drops it in, just a few wizards to create the funnel, wall breakers in, king and queen, and takes out this air defense, and then importantly, the enemy queen goes down as well. From there, just comes in with his lava hound attack, coming in with a couple of lava hounds, different angles here and here. Balloons, you see he does have all rage spells, so just raging up as he goes, comes up to the top, a couple more lava hounds, and just wants these two to just sort of move over at that point. Everything's going good. Balloons coming in. Everything is solid. There is a Tesla farm in this area right here, and so what happens, unfortunately, is as these lava hounds come to this last air defense and the balloons take it out, this wizard tower is actually still standing. And you'll see the lava hound, instead of coming down here and doing a little bit of tanking, even if the pups would have been, it explodes pretty quickly, the pups doing some tanking for those Teslas, with this air sweeper pointed right at that Tesla farm and pushing everything away from it. The lava hound actually travels this direction, doesn't do any tanking for them, and the balloons are on their own. They're getting pushed back from the air sweeper, the Tesla farm doing their job, the wizard tower doing its job, and they sort of just go down and don't quite get the 3-star. Very close, very good attack, but just didn't quite get it. Let's watch him do it. All right, here we go with the attack again with that super exposed clan castle. Just drops the archer down, waits a little bit till it goes down, and then drops another. Has a lot of goblins in there, and then a few wizards, I think, coming out, and maybe a minion or two on the back end there. But anyway, just gets them pulled out, goes ahead and drops it down the point. One more to get them bunched up a little bit, drops down the poison, gets most of them, but they were just a little bit too spread out, and he was out of archers. So, the few that are left, he goes ahead and drops the next poison on them, just deciding that was the best move. Probably a good move. I don't think there's any air traps. I forgot to look at that, actually. There could be some air traps. We'll look and see. But as those goblins right there run out of that poison, you see they go down pretty quick. The golem goes down. Here's the wizard sort of creating that funnel, but the king comes out and the queen, they're both targeting that golem right there really quickly. So just gets the wall breakers down, lets everything start walking in, and as soon as he drops the heroes are locking onto the enemy heroes. So all of that goes down really nicely. Uses that king's ability. Of course, the air defense is going to go down. From there, it's just a matter of getting a few more of those towers taken care of. See, the queen, unfortunately, does sort of, instead of going up into the base, does start to follow those collectors around, because it's actually hard to create a funnel when they have those heroes engaging like that, because everything you drop just gets pulled right into it. But right here come the first few lava hounds, the balloons, the rage, everything going in there, taking out that sweeper, taking out the air defense, and then from there, just sort of reinforcing, working that counterclockwise motion from the top. 2 more lava hounds go down, more balloons. Again, everything's looking pretty solid, but look at these balloons right here that he dropped on the first part. They sort of peter out. They don't make it into that core. Nothing's cutting across the base. We've talked about many times on clockwise, counterclockwise motion. That's the big key, is that they're cutting across that base and not just circling the base. But that didn't happen in this attack. I think he was just maybe a little bit light on his balloons on the front end. But again, this lava hound right here, you'll see as his air defense goes down, he takes a right, heads right over to that wizard tower, and you can see the balloons are all on their own. He does rage them up, so they get there pretty quick with that sweeper pushing them back. Just too much. By the time the lava hound comes over and explodes, it's just, all those balloons are softened up from that wizard tower. That expo's beating down on them. The Teslas are doing their thing. And right here, the last few are going to go down. Boom. So close. 1 expo left, basically, is all that was separating him from the 3-star. Had that queen not walked and stepped up and taken out that expo, again, 3-star attack right there. So close. Good try by Noah. And again, a nice first hit. Just didn't quite get it done. Let's go back to the drawing board, see how this one was cleaned up. All right, looking back at the base, you see Butt Buddy got the 3-star on this one and did it very similarly with just a few little tweaks that made a big difference. Again, just bringing those archers and I think a goblin there just to lure out the CC troops. Same thing, drops the poisons on them, takes care of them. But the big thing you might notice here is this right here, 20 loons. I believe that Noah, excuse me, I believe that Noah had 15 on his, and what it is that he did not bring the fourth lava hound of his own. He brought it in the clan castle. So what he did was just bring that one giant to send in there. He noticed that the enemy king and queen were locking onto it, and all he had to do was distract it long enough, because anything he dropped in this little area right here was getting pulled right in to the area anyways. They weren't creating a funnel, they weren't doing anything. So he drops that giant. Actually, it was a little bit slow on his wall breakers, and that allowed them to sort of have a wall breaker fail. But nonetheless, the king and queen did lock in, uses the king's ability, takes down the wall, and they do come in, get the air defense, get the queen taken care of. So sort of mission accomplished there. He does try to go ahead and drop a few balloons. Again, I think maybe just a little bit late, because they were distracted at first, but then as I think it was the king went down, they retarget onto the balloons. One of the archer towers goes down, the other doesn't, but it was a good idea. From there, he does have the 4 hounds, sort of the same attack. You all also notice that he swapped out 6 haste spells instead of those 2 rage spells, and just brought the 1 rage for the Tesla farm area. So it does the same thing pretty much, sends those in a little bit heavier, I think, on balloons, because he had more balloons, and these actually do sort of go in and from that haste and actually get that that infamous wizard tower that messed up Noah had taken down. And then from there, pretty much everything else looks identical. Sends in the lava hounds, more balloons, and then once he gets to that Tesla farm, just rages it up. But because there is a lava hound with a little bit of life in there doing some tanking, the balloons that last just a little bit longer, and because there's more of them, he gets the thing taken out and gets the 3 stars. So let's watch Butt Buddy do it, and we will wrap up. All right, here's Butt Buddy's attack. Again, it's going to look very similar at the start, just dropping that archer down, bringing those goblins out. They all come pouring out pretty quick. Then I like that. Drops a minion there. I forgot to mention that. Did drop a minion there, which actually allowed him to take out a few of those goblins and bring out the wizards and the minion and leave the goblins sort of where they stood. So really, he actually got this all done with 1 poison spell just by repositioning those a little bit and grabbing that minion. So very smart move there. Then you'll see down at the bottom here, goes ahead and drops the queen down first. There's the giant and the king, and again, knows that they're going to get pulled in right here. So goes ahead and drops those wall breakers, but for some reason that one was behind. I guess he just mistapped or something, and it didn't get in. Otherwise, the wall would have been opened up. But I think the queen shoots down one of those wall breakers. But the king and his barbs open it up, move right in. You said they already are taken out, but the queen's taking a lot of damage here. Here's what I mean about the little bit late on those balloons. He dropped those balloons right away because those archer towers were engaged. I think he would have got both of those archer towers taken care of, but gets one of them anyways. And the queen does come around, uses her ability, and I think takes out a cannon or something. Yeah, right there. And then she goes down. But right here, the haste spells, having those extra haste spells and having the extra balloons really comes into play. They start cutting through the base here and keeping them hasted, keeping them moving very, very quickly. Right there, they take out that cannon, and because that wizard tower is already locked onto that lava hound up top, it gets taken out. So now, as everything moves around that counterclockwise motion, much more effective, it's going to allow everything to go right into that Tesla farm. You'll see this last lava hound right here taking some damage, but all of the traps are pretty much triggered. So right there, it's just the damage from the defenses, and he can last quite a while during that. So right there, the air defense goes down, the sweeper's starting to come into play, but as they reposition and group up, you'll see here in just a moment that lava hound's going to peek his way out, and he's going to be the one right there taking some damage from all of those Teslas, and just that rage right there. Here in a minute, you'll see him explode, but look at that. They probably took, what, 6 shots or more from those Teslas, probably more than 6 shots right there. Just enough time to let those balloons do all their work. They are low health, but everything is dead except for that X-bow. A few of the pups are helping out, and once the sweeper goes down, that X-bow is doomed. Boom, nice adjustment, and nice 3-star by Butt Buddy, making the changes that needed to be done. Didn't reinvent the wheel, didn't change everything, but took the golem out of the situation. It wasn't needed. Brought a few more balloons and changed the spells up a little bit and got the 3 stars. So nice job. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Until next time, Jake from One Hive, doing my best to help you guys suck less.